Hello guys, this is our project, Proposal 3. We're going to be talking about our differences from being and living in the border and everything. I'm here with my boy.
Max, what's up? Schools.
And so yeah, let's get started guys.
So, what have been some experiences you've had between the border in Juarez and in El Paso, that have improved in your writing?
Well, I personally think that in my writing, like seeing different languages being spoken, my family only speaks Spanish and everything, and I just think that writing in English just made it a new challenge for me and everything. Because I started my preschool, all my school here in Mexico, really good school and everything. But it was a challenge though, transitioning from everything. So yeah, that's the thing. It's been a challenge, right? But it taught me a lot of lessons, a lot of verbs to learn, right? Because the language is not hard. It's hard, right?
It's not easy.
Yes, it's not easy. So yeah, learning the verbs to be. And everything. Yeah, what do you think?
I agree with you, but for me, is the is the experiences that you live between, in the two different countries. So you have a lot of stories and a lot of different moments and different things to describe and to tell to all the people that you know, and to integrate into your writing.
I think it's more about the culture, right? Like the different types of culture, the bad image of Mexico for a lot of American people that they say
the racism.
Exactly. Well, not racism, but they kill
Racism.
over there in Mexico. And I think it's the same over there in Texas and in the US. I mean, the government might might not get it to the public, right? Well, that's my opinion, right?
Well, I think it's not to compare, right? Because we gotta be comfortable from where we are and everything, right? But it's just getting the better out of everything, writing about all the challenges you face here. For someone it's not that easy to do that,
Yeah, exactly. But have you I have a question. Have you had a bad experience with a teacher, discrimination or something like that? 'Cause I've had some.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I get
I've had some once in in first grade, second grade. I was with a teacher and then she called my mom the first week of school and she told
Me too.
I was going to not pass grade and have to repeat second grade. But it was literally the first 2 weeks of school. Then she left with a maternal leave. Then I passed, and then she came back, and my grades had a downfall. So my question is, have you guys had a similar experience with racism?
Yeah, that happened to me in third grade, and that was the first time I was in El Paso, in the school, and my teacher was hey, he is not going to graduate. He needs to stay here, because he's not learning, or if not, he needs to go back to Juarez because he's not getting the English right.
I think it's just about the teacher, right? Because I've gotten a lot of type of teachers, and I've gotten teachers like yours that they're just nah, he's not gonna progress, he's not gonna do anything. But there's also teachers that they want to improve you, they want to get the best out of you and everything. And that's where I learned most of my challenges for writing and everything, because there was, like you said, teachers that wouldn't teach you anything, wouldn't help you for anything. But there was teachers, and I think you might have seen some teachers those teachers that really care about those students. And our teacher, right, he's the best. He really cares about us. Having one-on-one conversations really helps us also, Mexican students have conversations with fluent English teachers and everything, and not even for a writing also, because learning about even speaking about English is also something that should be talked about and everything.
Okay, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah, what's it, man?
What's something you guys face a challenge between crossing the border? Like, what's the major challenge of crossing the border from Juarez to El Paso and get like to class?
I think the real answer to this is the CVP. You know, you can cross the border every single day. You can do everything every single day, but you just know that every single day it's gonna be a new CVP, a new officer for you guys, and you just know it's a different like experience because I've had officers just say, "Hey, go on," and I've had officers ask me everything, open my trunk, open my doors, check everything.
How
And
much
it's just
money do you have?
exactly yes,
Your card and
like
cash?
everything. Just
Yeah.
ask everything, right? And it just depends, right? Because it's really luck. So I would say that people that cross the border, like Americans that just come to Chihuahua to buy something from Sara or something, I would say that they need to cross the border more to even judge about even going to everything because it's just a different experience every single time, you know?
And what do you think about like the different cultures, like how the Americans are like more chill and the Mexicans are like stricter in some things and vice versa?
I
Like,
I
what do you
just think
think?
that it just comes from our parents, right? Because being raised in the United States is like I don't know, more like a college way, more like a work and everything, and just being raised in Mexican with Mexican environment, family and everything, you just know it's different because like they work, but as you know, the economy is not the same, the wages are not the same and everything, so you can't really progress a lot as you do like in the United States.
Yes,
So yeah, also with the terms and of alcohol, terms and everything, like Mexican parents are more comfortable with all those things, while the United States parents are not more comfortable. And I would say personally that being comfortable with more things instead of prohibiting to them is just a better option to do it instead of like doing it in their bag. Because you know, in the United States, if you get like crossed with one of those things, like it could really
mess up your record.
exactly.
Yeah. And how have these experiences helped you like write or get better at writing or spelling? Like for example, I have problems with spelling and structuring like essays because I get straight to the point. Like, what's your guys' problem? Like to get better at writing?
I don't think there's really like a problem, right? Because it's really who your mentor is.
Yeah.
Because if you have a good mentor, he's gonna like explain you all the errors he's been through, all the things he's been through, and he's gonna try to make you explain him like just not do the same errors as he did. And like an example being giving a template, right? Be giving a template something so easy to give a right because you just like fill it in. Like it could be hard and everything, but it's just filling in the gaps.
How about you?
In my opinion, I don't have like too much problem because when I was little, I learned how to improve my writing by doing like, hey, get your main point like right, and then like extend it. So yeah.
Like make a body up
Yeah.
out of it.
Yes, it happens too.
I think you're right, like about the mentor thing, because like I've had some teachers. For example, when I transitioned from El Paso to Juarez, I called my professors ma'am or sir, and one time it's pretty funny. Well, it's not that funny, but at the time it was. But I told my teacher ma'am, and then like everybody else started laughing, like making fun, trying to make fun, and then the teacher explained to them like, no, that's the correct term. Like instead of saying teacher or teach or maestra, like
Yeah, because
over
in
here,
Mexico
what-
it's the correct
yeah,
way.
it's
Yeah,
maestra. I called her ma'am, and then everybody was laughing and telling like, oh, you called her man, man, like they didn't know the terms. So I think that's a pretty important thing, like the different cultural and bilingual stuff that people don't get, right? Like if I come here and then tell ma'am, for example, all people to like a female teacher, other people will think I'm telling her like a guy, like a person, like yeah, like another dude, right?
yeah, exactly.
Like man, hey, what's up, man? So I think based off of that, there's a lot of bilingual and cultural stuff like getting mixed. And sometimes it's like hard, right? Well,
Well, thank you guys. So this was our project for the 2025 proposal number 3 with our teacher, Shank Paudel.